Hi there. Today we're going to talk about digital marketing for startups. So if you own a startup business or you're a digital marketer working for a startup business, this video is for you. So how is digital marketing for startups different than doing digital marketing activities for any other company? The answer to that question lies in the fact that startups want to maximize their growth in the shortest time frame possible and with the lowest or the minimum amount of resources. That's why you have to use tactics that are focused on conversions, and you need to see results that are immediate or at least short term. Now, having said that, you need to understand that you must diversify your tactics between short term and long term. This is a very common mistake that many startups make, is that they rely only on short term tactics. But if we're gonna give it like a percentage, you have to give short term tactics an 80% of your focus and a 20% to long term strategies or long term tactics for your business. As your business grows, that percentage will need to change. So you will gradually shift your focus towards long-term tactics like building your brand and investing in content and building that connection between your customers and the brand. But when you're just starting up, you want to focus on short-term tactics without completely ignoring long-term ones. The first two tactics we're going to talk about today is email marketing and mobile marketing. Now, these two channels are super important for building a personalized relationship with your customers. And this is particularly useful when you're just starting out and you want people to recognize who you are. The best way for that is through personalization. So as a startup, you need to invest in building a mailing list or a phone number list with relevant and active leads. So whenever you're networking in real life, or maybe you're attending events or you're doing some sort of word of mouth marketing about your business, make sure that you are getting this kind of information from those people that you're talking about your business to. So don't be afraid to ask for an email or to ask for a phone number where you can send some information or more information about your services. Now, of course, if you do have a website or an app already, then this is your main tool to generate leads. So you must have some sort of a pop-up message where you give an incentive to your visitors so they can insert their email in return for a discount maybe, or something of that sort. This tactic will have a huge impact on the amount of leads that you get, and then you will be able to take those leads and nurture them. So even if those leads don't convert immediately, it doesn't matter, because through using email marketing or mobile marketing, you'll be able to contact those people again, you'll be able to educate them about the services, you'll be able to build that personal relationship with them through mobile marketing or email marketing, and eventually, when the time is right, when they're ready to purchase and they've known enough about your business, they will eventually convert. The reason why your mailing list or your phone number list is one of your main or most important digital assets is that through those lists, you will be able to create a digital funnel or a sales funnel. Now, a funnel is the stages that your customers or your visitors will go through. So starting from discovery or starting from being aware of your product or service up until they convert, and then after that there's also retention and customer loyalty. So every step of the way you'll be able to create emails or create push notifications or messages that help that customer move to the next stage. So once you create those funnels, or when you create that mailing list for customers who are just getting to know you and you start sending them content based on that, you'll have another list for customers who have already purchased your product and you're trying to upsell them or maybe get feedback from them on your service. This is how you will grow, and this is how you will make the most out of every lead that you get. Next in line is what we like to call digital growth programs. Now, as a startup, your main goal is to grow your business immediately and try to attract customers right now. In order for you to do that, you need to create programs or incentives for the customers in order to help them get over that fear or that resistance of buying from a company that is just starting up. This is something that most people would find a little bit risky, or they'd rather go to someone who has more years of experience. So in order to encourage them or to break that fear, you should offer something that other companies will not offer, and those are growth programs. Now, there are a lot of examples or forms for growth programs. So some companies create referral programs where a customer would get a discount or get some cash back if they refer one of their friends. So they would have like a promo code that they share with their friends, and every time a new friend purchases the product, they would get an incentive. Another form or shape of growth programs is digital loyalty programs, and those are points that the customer would collect every time they make a purchase, and then they can get an incentive in return, like a discount or maybe some cash back. Again, you can get creative with those growth programs and you can accommodate them to your business model or the nature of your industry, depending on what you do or the services you offer. Another form of growth programs is paid membership. So this is a great way to generate revenue and ensure that this customer will be coming back again and again because they are interested to have a paid membership. So in exchange for more perks or more discounts or maybe free delivery, some sort of, or something like Amazon Prime, those are things that will guarantee you revenue for the next couple of months, and it will be beneficial for the customer. It'll break that fear of trying something new, and this is a great program for many different businesses. Another important form of growth programs is sending incentives or sending promotional discounts to customers or visitors who abandon the cart or abandon the website. This is particularly useful for e-commerce websites where it's usually the hardest to get the customer back once they have abandoned the cart. So you can send an email or a message sending a promo code or a limited time offer, encouraging them to make that decision or to check out and finalize the purchase. This is a great tool that you can use as an e-commerce startup. The next short-term tactic for startups is using influencer marketing. Now, influencer marketing has the same power to break that fear of doing business with a company that hasn't been there for a long time. So when an influencer or someone that your audience trusts recommends that product and mention that they have had a great experience with it, no problems whatsoever, and that it solved a problem for them, will encourage more and more people to try your product. Now, I like to consider reviews as influencer marketing, but it's done by real people, and that's why it has even more weight. So try to encourage your customers or those who purchase from you or the first purchasers from your business to have reviews or to add reviews, whether it's on Facebook, Google, whether on any different rating platform. It's great when people share positive reviews about your business or your brand because, again, people trust people more than they trust the company talking about itself. The next short-term tactic is, of course, pay-per-click advertising. Now, whether you're running ad campaigns on social media or on Google, this is one of the great tools and the most efficient tools to raise brand awareness and gain engagement. The most important thing is to think of your copy. So when you're writing that caption, when you're creating that landing page, you need to understand your audience and give them something that would encourage them to take an action. Even if that action is not converting immediately, but you should encourage them to take an action, even if it's just filling their email or maybe trying something for free or downloading a file. These are all great ways to build that initial relationship with your audience. Next, we have a long-term tactic, and this is one of the best tactics that you can use to build a brand and connect with your audience. audience. And that tactic is content marketing. So whether you want to create videos, articles, podcasts, whatever it is that you're trying to create, it doesn't matter. But the most important thing you need to consider is that you have to do a lot of education about your new product or service, especially if it's a new innovation or something that is not straightforward or something that is completely new to the market. You need to invest in educating your audience about it. So start by talking about the problem that people are facing at the moment first, and then move to how your product or service can solve it or can do it more efficiently. Try to avoid what I call the me content. So don't talk about yourself and your products and its features and how great it is. Instead, think of how you can add value to your audience and try to relate that to your service whatever possible. It is not necessary to pitch your product with every article or post. On the contrary, what you need to do is educate and provide value, and then people will start recognizing what you do or recognizing your brand. But first, you need to provide some value. The last tactic we're going to talk about today, and it's another long-term tactic, is to automate the buying process and the customer service process as soon as possible. So when you're just starting out, it's more convenient to do everything by yourself. And it's more convenient to use things like social media platforms for doing the sales process and doing the customer service process. And you have to reply to every single person, whether it's you or a moderator. But you will soon realize that this is a major bottleneck for your sales and your customer service. Many companies would even do it manually so that people would have to call and they would have to take the information manually and save them on Excel sheets or something of that sort. You will soon realize that this is not convenient for running a business, and as soon as your business grows, you will find it impossible to keep track of sales requests, customer service, or reply to all those people. It's impossible to keep track of them because you would be having new requests, returns, complaints, delivery delays, and it's impossible to keep track of that, whether it's on social media or through doing it manually. So the best thing to try to do is invest in having a CRM, a customer relationship management system, where you can easily find all that information organized and structured for you. If this is not something that you can do at the moment due to lack of resources or any other reason, then at least try to separate that by directing customers to a specific sales email or a specific customer service email, so that it becomes a little bit more easier for you to keep track of all those requests until you can get a CRM. Now, we have helped so many different startups in many industries with their digital marketing strategies. So if you have any questions, drop them in the comment and we'll get back to you. And thank you very much for watching that video.